Like, nobody's business. If there's anything on the floor, I can't even keep Misha's food on the floor.
Oh, no kidding.
No, yeah, the ants have infested it twice now.
There are a lot of bugs at this place.
Yeah.
A lot of little flying things. But I just put a couple of ant traps down just in case, and I haven't really had a problem so far.
Do those work?
I mean, I haven't had a problem.
Yeah.
I came home one day and I saw a little trail, and I'm like, I'm going right back out.
Aw.
And got those things, and I haven't had a problem since.
Yeah.
So
as long as I don't keep her food on the floor, I think it's going to be okay. Because as soon as I took the food away, they disappeared.
I kind of have to keep her food on the floor, because otherwise, I mean, she won't jump up.
Oh. Well, I think Misha is confused because right now it's on this tiny table that I have in front of my TV.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, do we want to go ahead and introduce the show?
Yeah, I don't know what to talk about today.
Well, this will be fun then.
Yeah.
This is
I really haven't seen anything.
Hoot and Review. I'm Jared.
I'm Jenna.
Is what you like, not what you are like. Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me shallow. It's the fucking truth.
Let's do all the social media stuff at Hoot and Review on Twitter and Instagram. Please rate and review on Apple Podcasts, because it's not iTunes anymore.
Apple
hasn't been for a while, I guess. Yeah,
right.
It's Apple Podcasts. Apparently, iTunes is just done.
Yeah, they split it into like 3 different products now. That's what I just read.
I guess it would make sense for visual music and then podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But yeah, no, the actual iTunes software is not going to be available on Apple products anymore. And then I guess the player will still be there for us, those of us who use PCs and whatnot. But
wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's that. No more iTunes.
As long as I don't lose my music. That happened.
That's
one
everybody's
time.
question, I think.
Yeah.
I'm curious because I use my iTunes player for everything. I'll when I rip and burn CDs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all through there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'll probably shop around for a different app. But the problem is that I would probably have to re-rip everything.
When was the last time you made a mixed CD? I kind of think I know the answer to this.
Well, yeah, because I was talking about it the last time we were talking.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I made a mix for Deanna, and I've got a couple of others going that I'm working on, and also for her. And then we did for my first anyway collaborative mix on Spotify.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm liking
both
Spotify
add songs to a playlist. Yeah, so it's fun.
Infinite Playlist. What was that movie? Do you remember?
No.
Jim and Nora or something.
Oh,
Infinite. No.
Something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Look it
it's
up,
based off some teen book or other. Yeah.
I haven't actually burned a CD in probably 8 years, I think. And I don't even know if the CD burner on my machine even works anymore.
I liked the act of doing that, and even though I went ahead and paid for a Spotify account because for a couple of reasons. One, I just couldn't stand the commercials anymore, and then the other was that it had free Hulu with it. So I was just like, well, I'll just do that and get both of them.
Yeah, that seems worth it.
Yeah, I thought so. And then I have noticed that, there's just Spotify only has so much stuff that I have a lot of music that Spotify doesn't have. Mm-hmm. So if I think of a song that I really want on a mix and it's not on Spotify, then I kind of have to. Yeah, well, I've got to go ahead and burn it then. Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Spotify is good though for how portable it is. I mean, you don't actually have to physically take a device somewhere. You could just go and find your list.
I was thinking that I might be done buying CDs.
Oh, whoa, that's a radical statement coming from Jared Duran.
Yeah, I know, considering how many I have already.
I know that I am done.
But when I went and bought new records a couple of weeks ago, I bought records. So like I only have the Bill Callahan on vinyl. I only have the Iron and Wine on vinyl.
Cool.
I ended up buying the Springsteen on CD because Dinkweeds had sold out of the vinyl.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, so I went back and bought it, and honestly, somebody can probably have my CD copy.
Dinkweed still has reasonable prices. I was in Bookman's in Flagstaff the other day, and I was looking at their records, and they were ridiculously overpriced. Like $30 for what I would consider a very common album, not something that's a collector's item. And I was like, is it just because, hey, Bookman's, it's the novelty of you having vinyl? I'm not going to pay $30. What was it? It was like Radiohead. Okay. Computer. I'm like,
it would have had to have been a reissue. So sometimes if there's a reissue and it's on that 180 gram vinyl, and it's especially if they'll do things like do the slow speed mix, I think that's correct, and
really
they do
premium.
like all sorts of different audio treatments and everything. Then, and if it's also spread across 2 LPs, then.
Well, I guess I didn't look or think about it that closely.
That's
so
what I do all the time. But it depends. Like I paid $30 for Elvis Costello's All This Useless Beauty on vinyl for a couple of reasons. One, it's one of my all-time favorite Elvis Costello albums, and I didn't know they even issued it on vinyl. It was from 1996.
Wow.
A lot of things were not coming out on vinyl.
Yeah.
But so the reason that I think I might be done with CDs is that most new music I can listen to on Spotify. And if it's something that I want to own, I'm thinking I want to own the album, like the record. So, it's not going to be that I buy any less music. It's just going to kind of shift, I think.
Do you ever have this fear that your air conditioning is going to go out?
I do. Yes.
I just moved a lot of my stuff into storage, and when I was transporting the records, I was super careful to make sure the AC had been running in my car first for a while, and then I brought them down and put them in a shady spot, and then carried them right straight into the storage unit. But I thought, damn, what if the electric went out in this place, and over the summertime, all of my records would be ruined?
Yeah, that is a concern.
Yeah.
In this place, and I don't know.
Because have you ever done that thing where you left one in your car on accident? I have done that.
I have never done that. In the summer, that would be a pool.
It's very sad when you come and discover it's like you killed a pet. By leaving him.
That's awful.
Yeah.
How could you do that?
I know.
You cracked a window or something.
Yeah. Even overnight, it's not cool enough. It's still it could be 90 degrees overnight.
It could be.
This damn place. Anyway.
But, yeah, I mean, it's got its own challenges, but it's, so I don't know. I was thinking about that. I don't think that there's anything that I could ever get. I haven't reached the point where I'd want to get rid of any of it, though.
Your records?
No,
None.
the CDs.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's interesting because I've been selling things off for the last 10 years, but I've also, it's almost like every time I have, did she just hit her head on your guitar?
She did. I mean, I will go through and every once in a while check and make sure that everything that I own is something that I would want to go back to at some point.
Yeah.
And I think that there's actually... again, a lot of the things that I have, especially singles that I've collected that have B-sides that aren't on anything else, or extra tracks if it's a CD single, things that aren't on Spotify.
That's a good reason to keep it.
Or if for any reason these things go bust at some point. It's like people who, as soon as the, granted Criterion ended up launching their own channel again, but when the... when their initial channel that was with, I think, AT&T or Time Warner or something. Anyway, it was like Turner Classics, and I don't know. Anyway, when that went bust, people were suddenly like, well, I just sold all of my Criterion movies, and now I don't
watch
have
them
access
again
to watch anything. Yeah. So
Bummer.
There's that concern too. I don't want to get rid of anything that I would want to listen to at some point.
You make a good point, and that actually kind of crossed my mind when I saw those overpriced records at Bookman's. I thought, oh, well, maybe these have become so rare that there are collectors that would pay that much. It's possible. They also have a small stash of singles at Zia, I noticed last time I was there. And some of it was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I buy singles every once in a while. It has to be a combination of an artist I really like and there being B-sides that I don't have somewhere else.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the novelty of the thing too.
Absolutely.
I guess. But that will fall back to, do I like the artist or not?
Yeah. Yeah. I think most of the singles I have on vinyl, that's the case. It's not something you could find anywhere. It's like a one-off. But
I was beginning to think about applying that to other things. Like, I have so many books that I have no idea that I'll ever read.
Do you have any
things that I have that I may never want to go back to again?
Yeah.
That's
when I start selling my books also, to be honest. Or I look at something and think, would I ever lend this to someone? And then I'm like, if I was going to lend it to a friend, I'd probably just give them the book.
Yeah.
Here, take it. Because
it's just, I don't know.
Chances are I'm going to move a few times again before I settle down.
It's just, it goes against my nature to get rid of stuff I've spent time collecting.
But you're changing. This is the summer of Jared.
Yeah.
You're saying yes to things you never thought you'd say yes to.
This is true. I do like my stuff, though.
Yeah. That's
and it's
fine.
also like, it's like the shift back to records, too, which I've always had some records. But now, I don't know. I guess that there is, and I resisted streaming services for such a long time, but I do, there's I don't know. There's something about like once I guess I got into shopping more for records again, once I got a record player I really like, it's like, why am I going over and going through the stacks of CDs even?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Some things, though, also were never released on vinyl. They'll never be released on vinyl. A lot of stuff, favorite albums that came out in the 90s, for sure, the early aughts. But those things will never be.
I know I don't have to tell you this because you probably know off the top of your head, but before you let go of anything, I guess do some research. Make sure that...
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get... Of course.
I'm not.
I was really reluctant to embrace Spotify for a long time because the first experience I had with it was sort of like a friend just bombarding me with his playlists, and I was like, I both don't have the time and also not that interested, so stop. So I canceled my thing, just didn't sign in or close it down or whatever. And then I came back to it because there are some songs that I really want to hear that I realized I don't have on CD or vinyl or anything, and especially new stuff. Find it quickly on Spotify, pop it in a playlist. But now I'm using it because, lately I've been working on playlists because my girlfriend is getting married in New York next month, and she asked me to DJ.
Oh, cool.
Part of the time. So I'm like, I'm just going to bring a backpack. I don't want to check any luggage.
Sure.
I'm not going to bring my whole book full of CDs.
Sure.
I'm just going to pop it in a playlist and go from there.
I want somebody to ask me to DJ.
Yeah.
I feel like
you deserve
I'm a
that.
natural fit for something like that.
I know. Because you'll put the time into it, think about it, cultivate a really good... That's what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, it's a wedding. I don't want to be cheesy, though. Not a cheesy wedding DJ, but I'm going to have to play some hits that everybody likes.
Sure. You got to bring them out onto the dance floor.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All generations. Yeah. And then I know she and I, we have this long-standing friendship from like 20 years. So what are some songs that will be nostalgic, and then like what is some new stuff that is sweet and goes along with the theme of a wedding, like love songs and dance songs. So those are my guides for this playlist.
Right on.
And I think I only have an hour, but I so far have about 20 tracks on there. That
makes sense. Singles are usually about 3 minutes long. So
okay, you just did the math for me. Thank you.
Usually you figure 3 to 4 minutes is a At least a radio single, right?
Yeah.